So some big news came out with Google and ADT, and I noticed that not a lot of people on YouTube were talking about this, so I figured why not? It'd be the perfect opportunity to, enlighten more people about this. But I also want to mention that although lately my channel has been like the go-to for the news on all the latest and hottest stocks, I don't want this channel to be more of a news channel for people to get what's happening in the stock market. I have no intention of doing that. For the most part, I want my channel to be more of an educational platform where individuals can learn more rather than me kind of spewing out all the like latest details. But lately, just a lot of big things have been happening, and I just can't help myself from going into it. So although it's benefiting my subscribers right now with all this news, I just want people to keep in mind that I'm not going to continue doing this. I definitely want to do more educating. With that being said, so recently Google had announced this Monday that they plan to invest $450 million into smart home security solutions provided by ADT. Now, this is big news because this grants Google a 6.6% stake in ADT, and we haven't really seen a lot of the big tech giants really tap into the home security market, which is pretty interesting just because that's really a market everyone should be targeting, especially now during this pandemic and everything else going on. Now, the reason I say this is just because for the most part, a majority of people in America are going through some sort of struggle, right? People are losing their jobs, people are becoming sick, they can't provide for their families. It's just people are getting drained from all areas. Landlords are not getting paid from their tenants, things of that nature, right? So it's just overall just a bad time for a majority of people. And typically when bad things happen overall or bad times occur, people tend to do violent things. They end up robbing and doing anything to make ends meet. Now, I'm not saying robbing or anything is good or anything like that. I don't endorse any behavior like that, but of course that's just what happens during struggling times, right? You could see it happen in all places of the world. Countries with bad economies, they have higher crime rates than other countries with a better economy. It's just a known fact, right? So with that being said, Google is teaming up with ADT, partnering up by investing all that money into them. And what their plans are to develop new devices to enhance security monitoring for the houses. Making more smart home devices, and the goal is to give customers fewer false alarms. So that that when they do receive alerts, they're more active alerts. They're not just like false alarms, so that people could be more responsive. Because I myself have some home security at my house, and a pigeon could go right by the front door and it'll set off the alarm. So that's kind of annoying. So with Google's technology, maybe or hopefully it can provide a better alternative to make your smart home security devices more developed. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go to the juicy part, because this is like the main part of the video. Let's go ahead and take a look at ADT stock. So ADT stock was pretty much ranging around from like a wow for around $7 to $8 for a long time. Let's go ahead and look at like the 1 hour review just to kind of give a better glimpse. So yeah, for a while it's been trading sideways, not really doing much. If anything, you could kind of consider this a penny stock, although it's not really a penny stock, but it is like in that tier where it's in between a penny stock and a mid cap stock. However, today it is officially in the mid cap stock range because it nearly jumped 100% today after the announcement by Google, right? So what does this mean? Does this mean you should get into your position right now? On this channel, I have a ton of videos on, best ways to see whether or not you should enter a position, and I trade based on technical analysis. I'm never going to tell you guys, buy this now, sell this now. That's not, what my intention is. My intention is to really empower people and kind of show them, what they should be looking for when getting into a position. So with that being said, if you guys definitely want to check out my other videos, feel free to do so. But let's go ahead and look at the technical analysis for today. So basically, after it ran up this high in the pre-market, it did end up selling off and traded sideways for the whole day. Now, if you're a trader, then this was a really great opportunity because as traders, we really just try to capture all the moves, right? The intraday moves. We're not really investors looking for the long term. We're just capturing the movement because volatility is what really helps for investors. And we could see that throughout the day, this was really good. It had a consistent support, meaning it would fall down, come back up, fall down, come back up, fall down, come back up, etc. I'm not going to keep repeating myself, right? Now, if you notice this trend early on, you could have been making like, okay, 7% here, another 7% here, and then and so on, right? Just repeating itself. So this pattern was really good to trade for the day, and you could see that, it just had that resistance with the purple VWAP line. Now, if you're not unsure what the VWAP is, I definitely have another video on that. So if there's any questions about what you're looking at on the screen, I most likely have a video about that. Now, am I going to be going into ADT? So one of the main things I'm going to be looking at as someone who is, mostly a day trader, I do have a long-term investment account, but someone who really day trades, and even in my investing, strategies, I always look for better opportunities. I don't buy things just because they're at the top. I'll wait for that pullback and then come back in, because at the same time, you don't want to buy at the top and things drop down. You don't want to be that person, right? You want to get things on a good deal. Just like when you go to the store, you try to get things on a good deal. So my goal is to see if it holds above the 180-day SMA line. Now, if it could continue holding above this and showing that it is on an uptrend, then I will most likely I might even add this into my long-term portfolio. But as a trader, that's just something that I'm definitely going to be looking into as far as like getting in and going out. Just going always in, buying in at the supports, mapping out my trend lines. I have a ton of videos about that. So, today's really the first day, so I can't really 100% sure say, is this going to continue going up? Because, sometimes stocks have a lot of hype news and they tend to just drop right after, right? If the news isn't promising to make it like a sustainable thing, right? However, I do believe that, one of the biggest tech giants such as Google, investing this much in ADT, that this is something that it might be more of a long-term play, because, Google just doesn't do this with anyone. Google is such a big company, and, they know what they're trying to do. They know what market they're trying to tap into. And I think it was really a great choice on their end. So yeah, pretty much, that's what I'm looking for. If it holds above the 180-day SMA line, I will definitely might enter this into my long-term position. And as far as my trading, I'm always just going to keep mapping out, is this going to be, is this overbought, oversold, and looking for those positions to entry, or positions of entry. Now, if you guys, like this video, definitely to make sure to hit that like button. Also, consider subscribing to the channel. Like I said, I'm not going to be always putting news on all the hottest stocks that are doing 100% in a day. That's just not my thing. I don't want to tell people what to buy. I don't want to tell people what to sell. I want to teach people how to buy, when to sell, what to look forward to, and look forward to get out of in a position. So with that being said, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely feel free to check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. And again, my name is Justin from Push and Profit, and I'm out. Peace.